blast this draft into a huge win.
No, you're completely right. G2, they expected the Akali to come through. They banned out some potential other top lane options that Finn could go for. And by locking in the Kennen, it's almost an assumption that you're going to get an Ornn matchup too, because that's just the direction that Finn has been going in with regards to providing that engagement front line. So they get, even with counter pick, a winning matchup for Wunder in the top lane 1v1. Caps feeling himself, locking in a skill matchup in the mid lane as well. G2, what are these cheeky level 1 plays up to? Rogue have their eyes on Caps. Gonna throw the hook out.
Line just short.
All right, fair. So they won't be able to catch Caps out of position, but Akali versus Irelia. So naturally take advantage of her trade pattern. Now, after the Irelia buffs, which don't really come into fruition until later on into the game, she's still a strong early game skirmisher, and we might get to see that.
Oh my word, G2, I'm going to walk straight over the ward though. Zenith Blade will catch on the Vander. Here comes Finn, he's flashed forward and gets a knock up. Larsen's going to be a little late to the party. Jankos flashes over the wall. Perkz loses his flash, as well as Jankos.
But check this out, like Finn is the one that's all the way down in the bot lane. Wunder gets free farm up here for the time being. So right now Inspired is trying to take away the Raptor camp. That'll give him level 2, and now Finn can teleport up into the top side of the map. This is a huge win for Rogue or something like that, especially because, you know, your jungler is going to be playing very aggressively. This is what I was talking about. Very easy for Irelia to land her E's up until Larsen picks up tier 2 boots. Tier 2 boots, very big purchase for the Akali, especially in a matchup like this, but at the same time, another hook lands in the bot lane.
While that's been going on, Inspired is clearing out Jankos' jungle. He's taken majority of the Raptors, taken the Krugs as well, and Hans Summer and Vander able to find another 2v2.
Summer and Vander have successfully killed Perkz or Mickey in the laning phase, and just goes to show how talented this bot lane really is, but also puts this G2 bot lane in a pretty significant deficit. Jankos hex flashing over the wall. He will run into Vander and Hans Summer.
He will. Inspired had already completed the recall, and the passive from Hans Summer is trying to get to safety, will not be able to get away. And that's a haymaker to the face. Jankos picks up his first kill.
Yeah, so close right there. Spawn of Jankos is now that he's level 6, looking to make a play. With bot lane prior, there's actually a teleport ward here, and Wunder is level 6.
Oh, this is problematic. There's only a flash for Vander, and Hans Summer is going to get caught out and left for dead. Manages to put some damage down onto Perkz, but they're going to split up, looking for each kill. Hans Summer's just going to make his way to the tower, and the kill will be donated away to Perkz. And actually, it's Jankos that picks that one up. A little bit of, this is mine now. But 2 kills to 1, even on
Might have been a situation where Wunder sees the little pop-up in the text bubble that says Finn switched his teleport to Ignite, and he's like, well, this guy has no one to Ignite. Like, now he doesn't have a TP. We can make this play, and they have the deep vision. Now Mickey jumps on Inspired.
Let's take a look what Larsen can do. He's stepping into both Jankos and Mickey. Caps is arriving as well. Do Rogue decide to commit? This is now 2v3. Vander's making his way, and that's so much burst damage from Larsen. He's hiding inside the Shroud for now. Gets the burst damage down onto Caps. There's the flash forward from Inspired as well. Defensively from Caps, and Larsen gets himself the double kill on the Akali in the first skirmish. Rogue pull ahead once again.
That's the Larsen Akali we like to see right there, punishing Mickey and Caps big time for the over-aggression, and that allows...
Duo coming up clutch once again. This was the duo that we needed to see in order to challenge G2. And it looks like that they're coming up clutch right now, but Vander may have overstepped. He does have his jungler nearby. Hook lands.
Summer's level 6 as well. If he wants to throw a Nautilus in, he can. There goes the Fate's Call. Mickey's going to be the target of Hans Summer, and then they turn their attention over to Perkz. But here comes Jankos as well. Hans Summer left alone under the tower as his jungler and supporters start to back away. The tower aggro is picked up thanks to the Rend, and Perkz will get himself the kill. So it ends up being a 2-for-1, but Rogue still in the lead, plus nearly 2,000 gold.
I don't think Hans Summer's too upset.
Summoner spells very quickly. Oof. Nothing invested just yet.
Wow, 85 CS to 47 in the bot lane right now. Of course, Perkz being swapped up towards the top side means Hans Summer is just solo free farming in the bot lane. Finn taking a lot of damage.
He is indeed. Vander will be the next target. Slicing Maelstrom hasn't been targeted just yet. Wunder finally throws it down. Vander will get taken out by G2. Is now turning around. There's another double kill for Larsen. He's now 4-0. Turns his attention over to Perkz and still got the perfect execution available to him. And that's another kill going the way of Rogue, this time picked up by Inspired. 8 kills to 4. It is a sizable lead.
I mean, that's just such a huge roam up there. You know, Larsen working with Inspired.
Planning, the way in which they've punished the Sett, and how they've utilized a lot of the level 6 power spikes of Akali, they've been able to come out ahead repeatedly.
Yeah, and it all boils down to Inspired and Larsen. Like, the games that they've done well, those two individuals have been able to...
So they're pushing top lane while picking up Rift Herald. But Finn here, he's switched over to Barrier, so it's going to be really hard to dive him. So while Rogue are able to convert this tower into the Dragon as well, I don't think that top lane tower is going to drop anytime soon.
So how did G2 then claw back this deficit? You've got a fed Akali, a fed Kalista. You've got the frontline tools of, Finn on Ornn and Vander on the Nautilus. So how do they do it?
Well, I think they need to slow the game down pretty dramatically. Ender and I spoke pretty extensively about how effective this Kennen can be against this composition from Rogue later on into the game, largely because of the short-range comp of Rogue. Well, speaking of Wunder, he may end up dying now.
Oh, that's the ultimate from Vander into an easy dredge line, and the kill will be donated to Hansama. What do G2 do with the time? Pressure in the top lane, and nothing in the mid lane as Larsen is holding that tower steady.
Yeah, so,
I'm going to go back to that level 1 that you were talking about earlier, Vedius. Clear game plan. Relatively well executed. They got the early flashes and then they converted that into some tower dives. And look at this. There's another tower dive on the cards. Perkz gets just obliterated with the Call of the Forge God. They can't get any more into the tower, but they'll get the kill and just potentially wait for more.
Wow, okay, well, that was very easy from Rogue. Wunder now going to face check.
Oh, that's a lot of damage onto Wunder, and he's going to get just run down and destroyed. The Slicing Maelstrom does so much. There's the flash from Inspire to finish the kill. But man, that amount of CC actually was extremely effective against Rogue's comp. And now a couple of
When does
autos
it end?
from Hansama. Dredge line as well. Hansama will be able to pick up the rend kill. That's the 12th in 15 minutes against G2.
Rogue, we wanted to see a pivot from them, and they've done exactly
2 minutes from G2 have looked dreadful, but Rogue came in with such a good plan, completely shutting down Jankos from the start of the game, and now all they have to do is camp brush, and they're going to get free kills. But Larsen, his roaming too, he's been on point, and he's looking for Mickey.
Oh, there's a lot of damage coming out. That's a flash away from Mickey, a dash over from Larsen. No Maelstrom available for Wunder, so he's on the retreat. Backup from Rogue is coming up, and I do want to just compliment again Rogue back against the wall. Extremely dominant defeat, dominant victory in favor of G2 in the previous game. And they commit to a very early strategy. They get their advantages, and they show that they can compete with G2. This time around, Larsen's Akali is finding all of the skill shots that he needs to. And the
first ever finals, they can get that rematch against Fnatic. Both G2 and Rogue looking and hungry for revenge, as now they have their eyes set on Wunder.
Yep, Hansama is going to chuck Vander in. The ultimate from Wunder will get thrown down. Will stun up Hansama and Vander for just a brief moment before the 7th kill is secured for Hansama's Kalista.
Okay, Caps, what can you do?
Jump onto Finn. Flawless Duet was great and continues to trade. Has a level advantage over Finn.
He
has
dash
away.
So you can't catch.
I mean, the rest of the team is coming, but G2 are losing their base.
Oh, Bella's Breath Ashe Arrow will negate the Ashe Arrow, and as you say, the rest of G2 will help out securing the kill here in favor of Caps, but Tower falls in the bottom lane, and Inspired will pick up the second dragon, and I think Rogue will be pretty happy with that trade. Yes, they lose one, but they get more objectives, which ultimately mean those champions are going to be more effective. But it is very exciting to see Inspired and Larsen, 207, 401. The players that we said had to step up to challenge G2, to challenge Jankos and Caps. And, go toe-to-toe for the time being. Now we need to see them close the game out. As during the regular season, we've already said this series, had a couple of niggles here and there, but I think they've got a lot more tools this time around, and significant advantage as they start to have.
I think the game might seem like it's going to grind to a bit of a halt right now. Rogue are going to be able to take this top lane tower uncontested, but because Rogue took their first Drake so late into the game, usually like in 2 or 3 minutes with a lead like this, you'd expect there to be a soul up for grabs. But because it's going to be a little bit more delayed, 6+ minutes until we find that type of fight, I would almost expect G2 to hand over this next Drake to Rogue. And then Rogue, unless G2 open themselves up and get caught out, you're not going to be able to find a fight too easily.
Very much agree. As we say that, though, Mickey's looking for it.
Solar Flare comes down. Caps is looking
Arrow.
to engage. The Flawless Duet can definitely help out here. That's a big stun onto Larsen. He's going to use the Hourglass and dash away to safety, throw the flash as well. Chase
Can't lock him down, wow.
from G2, and they cannot kill Larsen. A lot thrown at him. And there's 20 seconds until the next dragon fight.
They do get his flash and ultimate, but yeah, it's 23 minutes. Like, the man's a beast right now.
I mean, this is just going to give Rogue even more options.
Oh, no.
To close the game out.
Look how much gold he has.
But when you look at the victors of those 11, there's only been 3 that have been able to actually lift the crown.
That's a good point.
And it does look like Wunder will get some damage here onto Larsen. Actually, a lot of damage onto him. Well, the Forge Guard won't work out.
Oh,
and
Larsen
finally goes down. But G2 are at risk right now. Oh, that's the stun. That connects onto Larsen. G2 need a few more picks like this to come back into the game. Larsen is going to look to escape. He'll have the Shroud for just a moment. Caps will be looking to find the kill. No flash available for him, and the Shroud will just buy a couple of seconds of time.
Ooh.
The flawless duet won't, really.
But I mean, right now Rogue are on the Baron, so they're just delaying so much time. Caps has to commit the flash in, and then there's Azonia's Hourglass on top of it. So now Jankos, he's outside the Baron pit.
Oh,
he was trying to look for a
word.
steal. It's not going to happen.
Oh, he doesn't land the stun either.
So much time. The Baron was picked up. Thank you for calling it out. And I was so focused on the trade, I didn't even notice it. So Rogue again, they trade one player for objective. Might be going to game 5. Let's see what G2 can do to defend now. Baron for another minute and a half. Swirl Seed will connect onto Perkz, and that's a decent stun from Caps, but Perkz is just blown up in the middle lane.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
It feels like we're going to game 5. It feels, this is exciting and also interesting because the Sett have been banned multiple games in a row. It gets allowed through here, the first pick Ashe as well, and neither of them hugely influential this game.
I think that it's crazy how online Rogue came and how quickly they were able to snowball the early game off of just a single level 1 plan by putting the Jankos behind, and they won so many successful early skirmishes. Now with the Baron, they break into the base and they look just as dominant as G2 did in game 3. They're looking to bring us to game 5. They're looking to play the Silver Scrapes, and Rogue are looking dominant here in this series.
No doubt about it. 7 towers to 2, 7,000 gold up, a minute until the Ocean Soul. And they're playing this one by, by the book. Get the Baron, get the Soul.
Rogue are ready to fight.
And they've got such a huge advantage, plus 6k. A lot of that is obviously on Hansama, so
Jankos.
if he gets taken out, then that could be problematic.
Jankos on the flank.
But look at the damage already coming in. With the help of Vander and the rest of the engage from Rogue, they've got one. They're about to get their second. That's already Perkz and Caps down. The dredge line will hold Mickey in place, and he's going to fall last. That's an ace for Rogue. It is clean. It was almost simple.
Yep.
And it was just beautiful.
Yes, it certainly was. Jankos was looking for the flank, but then the rest of G2 was dead before he even arrived. You couldn't ask for a cleaner team fight. Sub 30-minute win for Rogue. They're gonna force the 5th game. They're going to challenge for that final spot against Fnatic.
I did not believe that Rogue had it in them, but they are forcing G2 to a game 5 for a shot at the finals in LEC Summer. Oh man, what a fantastic performance.
Rogue are looking like they got their mojo back.
And what a fantastic turnaround after game 2 and game 3 when G2 looked a little slow out the gates. And Rogue say that wasn't a blip. Like, we are good enough to beat them. We've done it twice. We've never done it before, and they've done it twice in 4 games.
Look, Rogue came in with a solid plan. They put Finn back on the Ornn. They got Larsen on that Akali that looked so good in the first couple of games, and they shut down G2's ability to play around mid. And then what happens? It's not Caps roaming out of the mid lane and blowing up the game on his Zoe. It is Larsen TPing around, roaming into the top lane, absolutely shutting down G2's playmaking, and Rogue jumped out to